Hey, what's up? Facebook, Periscope. I want to thank you guys for tuning into this broadcast. Listen, those of you that are coming into the room, if you can, share this program with 5 of your friends. Those of you that are coming in, put your city and state where you're from. Also, if you can, put in one thing that you want to manifest in the month of June. One thing that you want to manifest. Listen, tonight I want to talk about, shout out to my brother Kelly James, great coach, great programmer. Those of you that are watching, if you can follow him, he's actually a great mentor, part of his group. He puts out a lot of great, interesting concepts. The great Kelly James is in the chat. Those of you that are in the chat, follow this guy. He's really good. Definitely somebody that will definitely put you in a great position, open your mind and awareness as well. Tonight I want to talk about breaking the walls of limitation. Found out that in life, as we're going through this journey that they call life, as we're living our lives and as we are expanding, those of you that are creating businesses, those of you that are stepping into entrepreneurship, those of you that are taking your life to the next level, those of you that are saying, listen, I'm tired of my life the way that it is and I need to make a change. And so we find ourselves coming into what we believe are limitations. But I wanted to tell you tonight that the only limitations that you will ever face are the limitations in your mind, because limitations does not exist. The only person that can stop you from being, doing, and having what it is that you want is you. And when we begin to understand that, we begin to now look at our lives in a different perspective, because what we're looking at is we believe that we are in a place of limitation. We believe that we're stuck because there's nothing moving, there's nothing happening. And so we begin to think that, wait a minute, there's something wrong because I'm not moving and excelling in the way that I need to do. And so listen, I wanted to encourage you tonight that we have to break the walls of limitation, breaking the walls of limitations in your mind, the limitations that you have put up before you, that you believe that there's limitations when there really are no limitations, for the skies are the limits. And when you begin to understand that your sky is the limit, you begin to understand that there's no limitations in this world. Shout out to my brother Joe Johnson, great speaker. Those of you that are in the chat room, follow Mr. Johnson, Dr. Joe Johnson, one of the great speakers of all time, definitely one of my good brothers. Reach out and touch him. Listen, the only limitations that you will ever face are the limitations of your mind. And when you begin to understand that there's really no limitations, and that the person that's been holding you back is you, and that the person that's been keeping you away from the thing that you want is you. Listen, the very thing that you want in life is coming after you, wants you. Let me say that again. The thing that I'm seeking is actually seeking me. So guess what? The success, the greatness that I seek, the greatness and the success is actually seeking me as well. And so what happens is there's a wall that seems to be dividing me from where I am now and where I need to be. And so what happens is that wall is actually a wall of limitation in your mind, because there's nothing that's stopping you from doing, being, and having what it is that you want. Listen, those of you that are watching right now, I need you to do one thing. I need you to type your name, your city, and your state in the chat room, right? And then I want you to share this particular broadcast tonight to 5 of your friends. Listen, June 1st, I'm doing a free webinar, Secrets to Mastering the Game of Life. Those of you that are on here tonight, you can go to the description box and register right now. It's a free webinar. Listen, I'm going to be giving you all kind of golden precepts, nuggets, truths that are going to unlock some things inside of you and put you in a position that you're going to be able to expand and move to the next level. And so those of you that are watching tonight, you can go, I just revamped my new website, IssacharBey.com. You can go to the website. We have a lot of great things on there. I have a podcast now. I have a new blog that I've just started. We're doing some great things, and I want you to be a part of it. We're doing newsletters. I have a free ebook on vision boards. So if any of you that are into vision boards and you want to learn how to create your own reality, I've written a free ebook entitled How to Create Your Own Vision Board. You can go to my website, IssacharBey.com. Brand new website. We just revamped it. It went up today. I want you guys to be a part of what's getting ready to happen. Listen, June 1st, I need you to register for that free webinar. You can do it in the description box right now. Those of you that are watching tonight and you're saying to yourself, my life is not going the way that it needs to go. I feel like I'm in a box. I feel like things are not working out. I really am supposed to be further along in my life than I'm supposed to be. I suppose I have accumulated some things now by my age, and some things, life just didn't go the way that I thought it should have went. Life didn't really move in a direction that I thought my life should have moved in. And so I feel frustrated. I feel stuck because I'm not where I need to be. I'm not where I thought I would be in this day and time. But guess what? I'm glad that you're watching, because I want you to know that you can move in the direction that you need to be. You can have, be, and do whatever it is that you need in life. And I want you to know that all you have to do is learn how to break the walls of limitation, the limitations that are in your mind, because the only limitations that you will ever in your life deal with are the limitations in your mind. Do you know that we stop ourselves from having success? Do you know that we stop ourselves from moving into greatness? Guess what? I was dealing with a personal client, because I do personal coaching. And what I realized is that a lot of people, we don't give ourselves permissions to live. We don't give ourselves permission to go out and enjoy life and have a great time. We don't give ourselves permissions to do that. We actually let everybody else take over our time, our energy, and our money. We let everybody else accumulate everything that we have. We are the ones that are allowing ourselves to be in this place of limitation. And so what I want you to understand tonight is, as you begin to move out and start breaking the walls of limitation, as you begin to start breaking these walls down, the walls that were hindering you and keeping you from success, the walls that were keeping you from moving into the next level of greatness, as you begin to break down those walls of limitations, you will begin to understand and know that, wait a minute, that life is not over. Listen, I want you to know right now, those of you that are facing depression and you're feeling like, I'm just depressed, life is not going the way that I thought my life should go. I'm not accumulating things. My family is not acting right. My spouse, my husband, my wife is not doing right. I'm having problems on my job. I'm on a job that I don't like to be on, but I got to work the job that I'm on because I got to pay bills and I got to take care of my family. But I really don't like the job that I'm on. So I'm really unhappy in life because I feel like I'm just surviving. I'm not living. I feel like I'm not moving in the direction that I need to move in, because here I am, I feel like I'm settling in life. I'm just taking whatever happens and whatever goes in life. I'm not really coming into a place where I'm being able to embrace the greatness that's within inside of me. Listen, those of you that are listening, you have the power within you to break down that wall of limitation, that wall that you feel has been stopping you and hindering you from getting to the place where you need to be. And if you feel like your life is not where it needs to be, guess what? Today, right now, you can make a change into changing the way your life is. You can change the concepts, the precepts, and the way that you're thinking. How do I change my life at this moment right now? You change your life by the way that you think. Because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As you begin to change how you perceive things, life is about perception. And as I begin to perceive things a little differently, I begin to see that, wait a minute, for all this time, I've been dealing with things in a different manner than I should have been dealing with things. All this time, I've been blaming everybody else for my misfortune. I've been blaming everybody else for my depression, when in reality, I was the one holding myself back. Listen, no longer do you have to stay in the position and the condition that you're in. At this moment tonight, May 22nd, you can take a stand and say, listen, I'm going to make a change in my life. I'm going to change the way that I think. I'm going to no longer accept things that are not about me. I'm not going to accept any limitations. I'm not going to accept negativity. I'm not going to accept the things that I feel are going to put me in a position and in a place that keeps me from where I need to be. Those of you that are watching tonight, I want to thank you for tuning in. If you could share this broadcast with 5 of your friends, share with 5 of your friends. Listen, those of you that are watching this broadcast, I need you to join me. If you're just tuning in, June 1st, we're doing a live free webinar, Secrets to Mastering the Game of Life. In this particular webinar, what I'm going to be dealing with, and I'm going to be dealing with some concepts and precepts, I'm going to be showing you how to play the game of life. You know what I found out? A lot of people are not living, they're just existing. A lot of people don't even live, they're not even living. I call them the walking dead. You know why? Because they're alive, but they're not living. They go to work, they come home, they go to work, they come home, and that's all they do, the regular routine. They don't have no fun in their lives, they don't enjoy life, they don't do anything good in life. I call them the walking dead. I want to show you how to live life to the fullest. I want to show you how to expand and be able to expand your life to great opportunities and great levels. I don't want you to just exist in life. What good is it to just exist in life and not be able to live your life to the fullest? Each one of you that are watching this right now, you are born with a gift and a talent. And you need to utilize and work that gift and talent and serve humanity. You were given a gift and a talent to serve the masses. There's nobody that's rich or successful that does not provide a service. What service do you provide? Listen, as we begin to break the walls of limitations tonight, I want to get you into a place where you realize that no situation, no circumstance, no obstacle that you're facing, it cannot be dealt with. A lot of times we magnify our problems, we magnify our obstacles, we magnify a lot of the situations that we go through, and we make ourselves feel like these situations and these obstacles are so greater and bigger than us, when in reality, they're not really as big as we thought they are. And we actually over-exaggerate sometimes and put ourselves in a different position and a different perspective. But you have the ability to break those walls of limitations tonight. There's breaking the walls of limitations concerning money. Some probably say, you know what, it seems like every time I get my hands on some money, something happens and the money goes right back out again. It seems like as soon as I get my hands, it seems like I'm 2 steps ahead, something happens and I get knocked 3 steps back. Guess what? We're going to break the walls of limitations. Listen, you need to be at that free webinar June 1st. You need to meet me there. I'm going to be showing you how to break those walls of limitations and step into a new life and begin to master the game of life. As you begin to move and understand that your life doesn't have to be the way that it is. You can make a change in your life right now. If you're unhappy with everything that's going on in your life, you can make the change right now. Wait a minute, you mean to tell me I don't have to suffer? I don't have to be depressed? Everything in life is based on a choice. You have a choice to make. A lot of us are telling ourselves, well, you know what, I can't really do this and I can't really do that. You have to give yourself permission to live, permission to enjoy life to the fullest. Life is about choices. Life is about making decisions. And as you begin to move into decision making, guess what? Decision making puts you in a place of responsibility. Because what happens is, I notice that a lot of us, we want success and we want greatness, but we don't want responsibility. And you can't have responsibility without success and greatness. So a lot of us, we want the success and the greatness, but we don't want the responsibility. But you got to pay the cost to be the boss. In order to expand, in order to grasp onto success and greatness, you got to be able to hold on and be able to handle the responsibility of it. Many are called, but the chosen are few. So I want you to begin to understand tonight that we have to begin to break those walls of limitations. If there's limitations in your finances, if there's limitations in your career, some of you that are watching now, you're saying, you know what, I really don't like the job that I'm on. It's really not my calling. It's not my destiny. I'm just on this job because I got to pay my bills. Those men that are watching and saying, listen, I really don't like the job that I'm on. I really hate it, but I got to work this job because I got to pay child support. I got to take care of my family. Guess what? You have within you gifts and talents to create your own reality, to create the life that you want to live. You don't have to settle. But what I'm telling you is this. I'm not telling anybody to walk away from their job. I'm not telling anybody to just walk away. You work on your part-time dream until it becomes your full-time reality. Let me say that again. You work on your part-time dream until it becomes your full-time reality. Your dream comes with a price tag. How much are you willing to pay? How much are you willing to pay? Because everybody's dream comes with a price tag. How much are you willing to pay to get your dream from the inside of you on the outside, to get things from the intangible realm and make it tangible again? Because I want to be able to expand my life to the fullest. I want to be able to live life and not let life live me. I want to be able to walk in a great awareness and a great consciousness of myself, of knowing who I am, knowing that I can have, be, and do all that I desire. And that the only person that can stop me from doing that is me. When I look in the mirror, it's me. I'm the only person that can stop me from having success. I'm the only person that can stop me from walking into greatness. I'm the only person that can stop me from stepping into entrepreneurship, from building my brand and from building my business, and from extending my services as a coach, or extending my services of whatever service I provide. I'm the only person that can stop me from being, doing, and having all that I said. Those of you that are watching tonight, I want to thank you so much for tuning into this broadcast, this Facebook Live. I appreciate all of you that have been coming on. I want you, if you can, go to my new website. We just revamped it, Issachar Bey. If you go to the top of the website, there is an announcement where you can click on and register for my new free webinar, June 1st, 7 p.m. We're going to be talking about secrets to mastering the game of life. Listen, if you know anybody that needs to be in that webinar, please send them the link and have them register, because I want to be able to make this available for everybody. I want everybody to have the opportunity to receive the knowledge and wisdom that I've learned through the years, and now I can bestow upon you some things that will help you to move into the place and the realm that you need to be in. And so I want to be able to put you in the position to help yourself. Let me help you help yourself. And so what happens is, as we begin to move into this new level of consciousness, we're moving into the halfway mark of the year, which means there's still a lot of 2017 left. What are you going to do with the rest of the year? We're going to make changes. We're going to be able to expand in greatness and walk in this new level of consciousness that we have embodied here tonight. Because those of you that are watching, and when you get done with this Facebook Live, I want you to have in your mind that there's no limitations in your mind, that there's no limitations in your world. There's nothing that can stop you. There's nothing that can hinder you from being, doing, and having what it is that you want. And you must always remember that the only person that can stop you is you. And so I want you to know this. Behind every no is a yes. Every time somebody tells you no, always remember that behind every no is a yes. The next key I want to give you too is this. Never let anybody tell you no that does not have the power to tell you yes. Let me say that again. Never let anybody tell you no that does not have the power to tell you yes. Listen, we got to break the walls of limitation. We got to get to a place where we're unveiling ourselves and putting ourselves in a greater place and greater opportunities. Listen, it's not about waiting for somebody to help you. It's about helping yourself. It's not about waiting for an opportunity. It's about creating the opportunities that you want to see in life, creating the things that you want to experience. It's not about waiting for somebody to come by, hoping and wishing and praying. It's about me going to the place of expectation and beginning to manifest and magnetize the very life that I want into my consciousness. Tonight, I want to commend all of you as we move into our new levels of greatness, as we break these walls of limitations that no longer will be able to stop us from being in our positions that we're in. Those of you that are facing depression and you're saying to yourself, I'm depressed, I'm lost in life because I don't know to go turn left, to turn right, to go up, to go down. I don't know where I'm at. Listen, I want you to meet me at that webinar, June 1st. Those of you that are listening, you can go into the description, register for that free webinar. I want to put you in that place. If you know anybody that's suffering from depression, if you know somebody that feels like their life is just, they're lost, they don't know if they're going, coming, they don't know anything, they're just lost, give them the link to that website and have them go and register, or you can register for them. and just have them register for the free webinar, I'm going to be able to give them some precepts and tools that will begin to change their lives and put them in a different place. Miss Rena says, because there is no such word as no in the universe. The universe constantly moves forward. It doesn't hear no. It's always on. Exactly. The universe doesn't hear a no. You never get out of life what you want. You only get out of life what you become. So as long as I'm in the motion of wanting success, of wanting greatness, of wanting a new house, of wanting a new car, of wanting a better job, as long as I want, I'm never going to get it, because I'm telling the universe that I don't have it and I want it. But when I begin to possess it from the internal, from the intangible realm, and I possess the very thing and become that thing, now I begin to magnetize it into my physical reality. Because what I've done now is I begin to go within and begin to magnetize the very thing that I want to manifest. And see, we talk about the law of attraction and we talk about the secret. The real secret is it's an inside job. If you fail to go within, you must learn to go without. You got to be able to go within, because everything starts from within. That, my friend, is the law of attraction. As we begin to understand that your faith is your fortune. I believe everybody watching here right now, you are your own ATM. Well, what I mean by that? When you go to an ATM, you put your card in, you put your password in, and you begin to withdraw money that you have in the bank. You are your own ATM. You can withdraw as much money as you would like to. But here's the key. You got to be able to find the code. You got to be able to find the code and the password to get into that ATM and be able to release the funds, because all the money that you want is already within you. You have to learn how to tap into the inner you, tap into that inner ATM and begin to release it out. Everything that I want, everything that I want to manifest, everything that I want to see happen in my life must start from the inside. If I fail to go within, I must learn to live without. I'm going to work on another webinar after the June 1st webinar. I'm working on a webinar right now for women. It's called How to Attract the Right Man in My Life. We're going to have a time on that one. I have a course that I'm working on right now. It's called 8 Secrets That Every Woman Needs to Know About a Man. 8 secrets. Listen, we're going to be getting into some great things. I just need y'all to meet me at this webinar. June 1st. The link for the webinar is in the description box. You can click on the link, or you can go to my newly revamped website. We just put it up today. The website is IssacharBey.com. IssacharBey.com. Go to the website. You can join my mailing list. You can listen to my podcast. I have a new blog. We have a whole lot of things going on. We're going to the next level. Those of you that need speakers for your events, I'm available to speak for your events coming up. I also do private coaching. Those of you that are saying to yourself, listen, my life is a mess. I need to get my life in a different perspective, a different position. What I offer is a 30-day coaching program. And what I do is I create a program for you. It's called, I invented the manifestation methodology. What is that? I created a 6-point blueprint system. And what I do is I put whatever it is that you want to manifest, wherever it is that you are right now in your life and where you want to become, what I do is I begin to put a blueprint together and I work with you for 30 days. I do a 30-day coaching program. And what happens is I begin to put you in a position now where you begin to see as your life begins to evolve and change, as we get you from where you are now, as you begin to manifest and begin to evolve into what it is that you want to become. And so those of you that are interested in that coaching program, what you can do is go to IssacharBey.com. I deal with businesses. I do with personal coaching. I also do with businesses. If you're just starting a business and you need your business revamped, you need a little fire in your business. You need to get more clients. You need to bring more people into the storefront, into the stores, and through the doors. Let us sit down and talk about it. Like I said, my coaching programs are 30 days. I work with you for 30 days. I put together a personal blueprint. And I pretty much go from where you are now and we move along to where it is that you want to be. 30 days. And you guaranteed your life will never be the same. Tonight, breaking the walls of limitations. Tonight, I want to break the walls of limitations in your finances, break the walls of limitations in your families, in your careers, whatever you have a limitation. Only limitations that I have are the limitations in my mind. For if I fail to go within, I must learn to live without. Listen, as we break those walls of limitations and move into greatness, there's great opportunities. There's great networking abilities. There's great opportunities for us to move into the right places, to meet the right people, to be in the right place at the right time. Everything happens. There are no mistakes. There's no accidents in life. There's no accidents. There's no mistakes. Listen. Everybody that's supposed to hear this message tonight is listening to it. Everybody that's going to share this message to somebody that needs to hear it, there's no mistakes, there's no accidents. Everything happens for a reason. Listen, I need you to meet me on June 1st. There's no mistakes, there's no accidents. What do you mean by that? I don't understand. What do you mean? You mean to tell me that it's no mistake and there's no accidents that I'm broke? There's no mistake, there's no accidents that I'm sick and I'm lonely and I'm depressed? You mean to tell me that there's no accidents, that there's no mistakes, that I'm not where I need to be in life, that I'm broken, that I've been tormented in life, I don't have what I need to have in life, that life has given me its worst fair share? Guess what? If you feel like that tonight, if you know that somebody feels like, listen, I don't want to hear all that motivational crap. I don't want to hear about none of that breaking the walls of limitation crap. I don't want to hear nothing about lift your eyes up and go within. I don't want to hear none of that. If you know somebody that's like that, tell them to meet me at the webinar. Because it's not just about the motivational stuff. It's not just about the breaking the wall stuff. It's about getting inside and doing the work. It's about going inside to deal with the issues that you have done with, those open psychological wounds that you have from childhood, dealing with the inconsistencies of life, dealing with the torment of how you were brought up in life, dealing with those people who have been molested and who have been orphans and who have been through tremendous, horrifying childhood, dealing with those things that we're still holding on to. The very things that we're holding on to that maybe when we were growing up that we never got healed. A lot of us, guess what? The number one reason for people not manifesting is this. I found this out. It's very mind-blowing. Many of us have not learned how to forgive. We're still holding on to things that happened 30 years ago, 25 years ago, 15 years ago. We haven't learned how to forgive yet. And we're still holding on to those things. But do you know that the things that you're holding on to that you didn't forgive that person, those are the things that are killing you. Those are the things that are affecting your health, your wealth, and your well-being. We have to learn how to forgive. We got to learn how to forgive. Step into the level of forgiveness on tonight. Because when we don't forgive, guess what? We are the one that's the prisoner, not the one that we don't want to forgive. That's a whole nother way on a whole nother day. But we got to learn how to forgive. A lot of us are dealing with issues and things that are happening in our lives that we're still holding on to. We're dealing with psychological wounds that we haven't healed from yet. We're dealing with emotional baggage that we're still carrying. I want to show you how to deal with all this stuff at my webinar, June 1st. The link is in the description. If you don't want to go to the link, you can go to my website, IssacharBey.com. June 1st. We're doing a webinar, Secrets to Mastering the Game of Life. I want to talk to people who are suicidal. I want to talk to people who are depressed. I want to talk to people who are stuck. I want to talk to people who just don't care no more. They don't care about life. They just don't have an I don't care attitude. I want to talk to you. Let's talk. Meet me June 1st. Let's talk about it. Let's sit down and have a conversation as we begin to embrace these truths, concepts, precepts on how to get to the level of life that we want to live. You know what I found out is that a lot of times the very thing that we want in life sometimes is not what we think it is. You know, a lot of times when we chasing success, we go after the things that we think what makes us feel successful. We go after things that we think will make us feel good. But when we attain them, we realize that, you know what? I wrote a book and I put the book out, but it just didn't give me that thrill that I thought I was going to have when I wrote my first book. It was only a temporary fix. It was only a temporary thrill. And some of us are looking for things that we thought was going to give us this lifetime fulfillment of a thrill, but it's only been temporary. I want to show you how to tap into a lifetime fulfillment, not something that's going to temporarily pacify you in life. So those of you that are listening, listen, I want you to, if you can, put your city and state, write down hashtag breaking the walls of limitation, breaking the walls. We're breaking down the walls tonight, the walls of limitation. We're breaking down the walls of limitations tonight. There's somebody who's watching who's saying to themselves, I feel like there's a limitation in my marriage. There's a limitation in my relationship, whether you're in a relationship with a boy or a girl, man or woman. There's a limitation in my relationship, and I feel that I need to break that wall of limitation because I feel like things are not going the way that I feel like there's a hindrance. I feel that I'm not elevating at my full potential. Those of you that feel like there's a limitation on your job and your career, we can break that limitation tonight. You break the walls of limitation by changing your mindset. For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You know what? I want to ask the question tonight. How many of you really believe that you deserve to be successful? Because a lot of times when I do private coachings, the people that I deal with most of the time, not everybody, but a few of them, they didn't even believe that they deserved success. They didn't believe that they deserved the opportunity to step into entrepreneurship and be able to expand their awareness. It's very vital that we understand that we have to believe. Do you believe that you deserve to be successful? Do you believe that life is supposed to be full of joy and abundance? Do you believe that life is not supposed to be hard and supposed to be about struggle and overcoming all the time? Do you believe that life is supposed to be full of joy and abundance and you should wake up every morning feeling like I am so glad to be alive. I can't wait to walk in my purpose and walk in my destiny. Because I begin to understand and know that my destiny and my purpose is one of the reasons why I was born. I was born to do this. I was born to help people help themselves. I was born to help people to create their own reality. Yes, my name is Issachar Bey. I am the leading authority on creating your own reality. I show people how to create what it is that they want in life. Instead of going to people asking them for handouts and going to people and asking them, can you help me? Could I get this or could I get this? Guess what? I don't have to wait for anybody I don't have to put my life in another man's hand. I don't have to put my life in another man's destiny, but I can create my own reality. Like I can create the things that I want to possess and the things that I want to bring into intuition. Guess what? Into fruition. Guess what? I can now pull my knowledge and wisdom into my children. And all my children who are coming up, listen, I can teach my children how to create. I can teach my children how to be entrepreneurs and own their own businesses. Why? You'll never be rich and successful working for anybody else. A job is a J-O-B. J-O-B, just over broke, right? That's what a job is, right? Just over broke, J-O-B. In order for me to fully move into my full potential, I have to be a master in the game of life. I've got to be able to create my own reality. I can't allow people to create it for me. Listen, you're going to meet two kinds of people in life. You're either going to meet a person that will show you how to create your own reality, or they will hire you to help them create theirs. Those are two kinds of people you're going to meet in life. You're either going to meet somebody like me who's going to show you how to create your own reality, or you're going to meet somebody else that's going to hire you to help them create their own reality. Which person are you going to be tonight? Which person are you going to be? Those of you that are listening, please, I need you to forward and to share this video tonight with 5 of your friends that you know say, listen, they need to hear this. They need to break the walls of limitation. If you know somebody that's going through a rough time in their life and they're having a difficult time in life, if you know somebody that's life just fell apart, listen, my life helped me. My life is falling apart. I need you to go and register for them for this free webinar on June 1st because they need to hear the things that I'm going to be giving them. Listen, they need to be a part of it. Those of you that are listening, you can go to the description box, there is a link for that free webinar, Secrets to Mastering the Game of Life, which is going to be June 1st. Shout out to Allison Bird. Those of you that are listening, listen. Allison Bird is the master. She is unbelievable. Thank you, Allison, for tuning in. If you guys are watching right now, please go and follow Allison Bird. She is absolutely phenomenal, hands down. She is definitely, I can't even explain to you how great she's been as far as being a mentor in my life. She is absolutely wonderful. So those of you that are watching, definitely connect with Allison Bird. She's a phenomenal person. She is another person who shows you how to create your own reality. She takes you beyond the levels that I probably would take you. She's the person that I would go to. I put it like this. She's the coach's coach. She's the coach that coaches the coaches. So you definitely want to get in contact with her. Shout out to Allison Bird. Listen, those of you that are listening tonight, I need you to join me for that free webinar tonight. June 1st, go and register. Those of you that are watching, listen, it's time to break the walls of limitation. It's time. If you're unhappy with your life, there's nobody that can change that unhappiness but you. If you're watching me right now and you're saying to yourself, I'm really not happy, I'm settling in life, why would you settle? Why would you settle in life and not take the initiative to create your own reality and live the life that you want to live? Why would you settle in life? Why would you settle in unhappiness? Why would you embrace the unhappiness, the pain, and the depression? Why would you allow yourself to be in that position and that condition when you, my friend, have the opportunity right here and right now to make a change and say, listen, I'm breaking the walls of limitation. I'm breaking the walls tonight. I'm breaking the walls of limitation. No longer will I be limited from what I want to experience in my life. Listen, I'll tell you this, when you start breaking the walls of limitation, watch how your life begins to change. Watch how the friends that you thought were your friends, watch how they start peeling off, and the people that you really thought had your back and was in your corner, watch how they begin to just kind of act funny with you. And the next thing you know, guess what? Everybody that was standing around you is no longer there no more. Why? Because when you begin to elevate and move to another level, everybody can't go with you. Everybody can't go with you to the next level. You can't take everybody with you. Everybody's not going to be happy of your success. Everybody's not going to be happy that you're trying to go to the next level. Everybody's not going to be happy that you're trying to do something with your life, that you're not trying to be a nobody, but you're trying to be the somebody that you were born to be. And so if you are that person tonight and you're saying to yourself, listen, I want to be somebody in life. I want to break the walls of limitation in every aspect of my life. And we begin to move into a new level and a new perspective in life. Because guess what? I need to be able to embrace the greatness that's inside of me. I need to be able to embrace this success, this triumphal victory that I will proclaim. And as we begin to see our lives begin to change, a lot of you that are watching tonight, you're saying to yourself, listen, you know what? Everything you're saying, brother, sounds good. Everything you're saying, I'm motivated, you're getting me excited, you're getting me ready to go, but the one thing that seems to have people bound is this very little thing called fear. They say that fear is false evidence appearing real. It says that fear, what fear does is fear paralyzes you to the point where even when you want to move into the direction of success, fear. Is there any afraid to embrace the very thing that they've been holding on to? Listen, fear will paralyze you. Fear is false evidence appearing real. The very thing that we are afraid of doesn't really exist. And when you begin to understand that, you begin to say, wait a minute, I'm no longer going to allow fear to stop me. Guess what? There's somebody that's watching right now and saying, you know what, all this stuff sounds good. All this stuff, you know, everything you're saying, I feel good. You're motivating me. You're inspiring me. You got a good word, brother. But guess what? I don't have the money. I don't have the support. I don't have the business structure. Guess what? So what? What you got to understand is that everything you need to succeed in life is already within you. You were born with everything you need. Listen, June 1st, I want you to meet me at that webinar. I'm going to equip you with the tools that you need to master the game of life. And when I show you how to master the game of life, no longer will you begin to think the way that you're thinking now, because once your mind expands, it can never go back to its original form. And so I want to thank all of you for tuning in. If you can, share this broadcast with 5 of your friends. I need you to meet me June 1st, breaking the walls of limitation. We're going to be breaking those walls. June 1st, the description, the link to join the webinar is in the description. Those of you that are watching, I just revamped my website, IssacharBey.com. You can go, you can actually register for the webinar on my website. You can take a look at my new blog. We just did a new podcast. A new podcast. We got a lot of great things coming. I definitely need all of you to stay connected to me. Listen, we're going to the next level. We're moving. We're moving to a new level and a new paradigm in life. We're moving to a greater level. And in order to move to that greater level, we've got to keep ourselves in the right thinking, in the right concepts, in the right structures of how we're going to maintain our level of success and greatness. And so before I leave tonight, there's one thing I like to say. Your destiny is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. You got to make a choice tonight. Let us break those walls of limitations.